Hi, Dr. King. I'm Karen. I am giving you my review and my reflection on my video lesson that I presented to the class. I am not really comfortable in this medium, and I don't like how I look. I don't feel comfortable with it. I am much more comfortable in the class with the kids, one-on-one. It's how I've been doing it for the last 6 years as an aide and as a sub. And it's what really got me jazzed about wanting to be a teacher was having that experience with the kids and getting those connections. And so now, fast forward to COVID, and now I find myself, in this kind of a teaching environment, which really nothing in my background has prepared me for. So my feedback about my video lesson is I wish I had rehearsed it more. I wish I had gone through it a couple of times. I read it many times and thought it through, but I didn't actually say it. And I should know this from times I've spoken in public and being a long-term sub, it's always better to talk it through, hear yourself, figure out what sounds awkward, get really comfortable with it. And I didn't take that opportunity this time. So I would do that again in the future. I wish I had reviewed the vocabulary, even though we do it at the beginning of a lesson. I think it would have behooved us to particularly revisit words like zeitgeist, more complicated words that's not in their typical learning. That would have been a good idea too. I think you've probably realized we have ongoing technology problems in the classroom. And in this particular lesson, my laptop did not work. And so I went over to Miss Gerber's desk. That uproots her. She went to the front of the classroom and just watched me while I delivered the lesson, which I found a little awkward. And so she has to set the whole thing up, and we're going back and forth, and the kids are such good sports and they're so used to it. We have trouble with breakout rooms. I think that there are international problems with Zoom. Everybody's experiencing it and we're all going through it together. Luckily, we have a student body in these classes that are very high level learners. They're enthusiastic about the material and learning, and they're engaged. So they're really forgiving and they don't drop off when things go wrong. So they're very patient. They've been really kind with me, very supportive. So that was all a little awkward with kind of getting launched into it. I also wish I had prepared more next level questions for the kids who are deeper thinkers and who do have a stronger background. Kids are coming from different environments from last year depending on which teacher they had, and some had more rigor than others. So we're kind of trying to engage the kids who are ready for the next level, but also bring the other ones along. So it's kind of a balance, and I think going forward I'll always have some kind of additional next level learning type questions or tasks for the kids to complete that will let those kids go to the next level while we're getting everyone on an even playing field to have the same background knowledge as we go from lesson to lesson in the future. Since I'm really hard on myself and I really only had negative things to say, I talked to my mentor teacher and asked her for some feedback, and I pulled a couple of comments from what she told me. She's very supportive and she's very positive, and she thinks I'm way too hard on myself. She liked that I connected the activity to the kids. One of my things is I like to meet them where they're at, and they're at texting. So I figured if we take what they're really comfortable with and kind of incorporate something like that into the lesson that allows them to really think about the voice of Holden and Catcher in the Rye and to understand the diction and the vernacular of everyone's, what does he call everyone? He has a phony, they're all phonies, and he swears a lot, and he's just very interesting in the way he describes things, and he's an unreliable narrator. So you have to get past that too. So there are a lot of considerations when the kids are trying to use Holden's voice and incorporate today's texting talk into that. So it kind of, I think it was fun for them. They seemed to enjoy it. They were very positive and really cooperative about the whole thing. And I think it's good, according to my mentor teacher, that I discuss the purpose of the activity. So I always like to go to the why we're doing something. Why are we doing this? What am I learning from this? And I think that also helps them, the relevance and being able to help them look at a novel from the 1950s and say, wow, I can actually relate to this character. I do see where he's coming from. He is a teenager who experiences things I've experienced. He's also experienced things I haven't experienced, and I have empathy for him now because I understand him better as a character. So that was the kind of thing that we were going for to bring the novel. It's a famous work. It's an important piece. It changed, and it was the zeitgeist of the 1950s, and it changed the voice of how people wrote novels. So it's really an important piece. It's literature of merit, and we like to expose them to that so that they can have a different perspective and understand, things from other people's points of view. So I think that's probably my synopsis for the video. I'm sorry that there are so many blank spots. I told you we had trouble with the settings, so it's not the most effective representation of what happened. There was a little more going on than you're able to see, but I think at least you get the idea, and now you can hear where we were coming from with what Ms. Gerber and I put together and what our intent was with this activity. So thank you very much. Bye.